Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ready Set Pop. I am Mariel Basori, greeting you from Mexico City. And in case you want to know all about pop rock music, here we have our king of pop rock music, Luquita Zabachi, all the way from Brazil. And in
Hello,
case
Maria.
you want to know all about sexy R&B soul music, you have Mr. Mauricio Sierra, all the way from Colombia. Hello, guys.
Hello,
Hello.
friends. How
and
are
and
you?
the queen of
Amazing.
bubblegum is
The
here,
big, the
Maria.
queen of underground pop, bubblegum pop. Yes, amazing
Thank you.
Yes.
introduction, Marilo. Thank you.
Thank you. We all have our own speciality in this
Yeah,
podcast. So
Yes.
the title.
yeah, okay. So we greet everybody who's watching. Um, today's topic was chosen by my dear friend Mao. He chose a very interesting topic, a very hard one. I never imagined it would take so much effort to think about this
Sí.
one, but let's see. Mao, can you please give us an introduction to today's topic, please?
It was on purpose actually because I want you
Mm,
to think more, like harder. Today, I don't know if you, the audience, understand very well, but I'm going to explain very well what was on my mind when I was thinking about the subject for today.
mm-hmm,
All the time, when I, since the time I was very small, this is the time that I love pop and music in general. I always think about couples, couples like, oh, this girl and this other girl are like very similar, like Britney and Christina. But at the
mm-hmm,
same time, I always think about, oh, this is like a perfect couple, like, oh, this singer, this female singer and this male singer are very similar because
mm-hmm,
of their backgrounds, because of their style in music, because of the genre in music that they sing.
mm-hmm.
So I wanted to bring this for today and listen to my friends' opinions and, of course, the audience opinions about what do you think, what are the perfect match, like what are the perfect couple, talking about singers. So taking in count, as I said, like the style, the music genre, even the songs. Sometimes even these artists have a song, a duet together.
Mm-hmm.
So this is gonna be very interesting because it's like a female and a male version of the other,
Okay. Yeah. I hope our choices are correct for what you were expecting,
I
Mimao.
think I think I think, Mariel, there is no correct or incorrect answers. The idea is to enjoy, to have fun, and to know what do you think about that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
anyway,
Okay. Okay. So thank you, Mimao, and for this introduction. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fun. We all sent our list this morning, and we've been listening to the songs. I could definitely imagine some of those matches you guys made. So let's talk
Yeah.
about it. And let's start with Mimao, who is the person who suggested this topic.
Yeah.
So please
Fair.
go
It's fair
ahead,
enough.
Mimao. Yeah.
okay, perfect. Thank you, friends. And my first option to be a couple, because I consider they are very similar, and I'm going to explain why, is Miss Jordan Sparks and Mr. Guy Sebastian. Actually, I was dying to talk about Jordan Sparks in every episode because she's
We
one
know.
of the singers that I love so much. Yeah, I always try to bring her up in the conversation. So today was the perfect moment to do it. So Jordan Sparks won American Idol in the United States, and Guy Sebastian won the Australian Idol, of course, in Australia. They have, for me, similar voices, like in the style,
Mm,
because Guy
Mhm.
Sebastian can sing very high. Jordan Sparks has a beautiful voice also, and a Guy and Jordan actually have a duet together that is called "The Art of Love." That is a song that I really like, and they are similar, like in their styles, like they are maybe Jordan Sparks is more R&B, but also Guy Sebastian is R&B too, like soulful voice, and he has a lot of R&B his catalog for me. So I want to know your opinions, guys. What do you think about this couple? And if you think if they match or no, and what are your other options to be a couple for one of these people? So starting with my friend Lucky.
Yeah,
Lulu, Lucky
Lucky
Lulu.
Lulu.
Lucky Lulu.
Well, friend, for me, definitely makes sense. Like, I love the song they sing together, "The Art of Love." Um, I think that there is a style in music that was, I'm not gonna say created by American Idol, but was very part of that universe. That is this pop slash R&B
Hmm.
that I think maybe started with Elliot Yanmin,
Yeah, I
like
mean,
"Wait
yeah.
for You." Yes,
Hmm.
and a lot of singers that came from that universe made songs like that, and I'm not complaining because I love I love
Yeah.
that style. And for me is maybe a perfect match. It's hard for me not to connect Jordan Sparks to Chris Brown because of Nowhere,
Okay.
but I would not. Uh, if I would choose someone for Jordan, I would rather anyone but Chris Brown. So, so let's say is the perfect match. The song is amazing. The vocals are amazing, and totally makes sense. I love the music video. I love when Jordan kind of acts in the music video because she's very dramatic in her faces, in the way she sang and everything. And I was watching the music video a little before we start, and it's very 2000s. So I think it's a great choice, friend. I like, it's a perfect match for me.
So agree with the couple with this
I
match.
agree. I
They
do agree.
match like
They
in
match.
Tinder.
Like
They
in
They
match.
match
in a musical Tinder, they match.
in
Yes.
a musical Tinder. Yes. What do you
Yes.
think, mi Mariel?
Okay, first of all, I want to say hello to Adriana and Francesca who just greeted
Hello,
us. Hello,
friends.
hello,
Hello,
family.
beautiful community. Love you.
Yes, our family. Hello, guys. Okay, gotta be honest, and I know who Guy Sebastian is, and because I love Australian singers, but in this case, I'm not so connected to what he does. So for me, it was like, okay, they sound good. Because like you mentioned, they do have like similar tones.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, yeah, they sound good together. So I cannot imagine her, like Lukita said, with someone else that isn't Chris Brown. But in this case, I do like this duo.
Okay.
Even though I'm not so familiar with his music, I think that this combination sounded good. It does have like this R&B pop sound.
Bye.
Um, totally Mao because it's totally you. When I heard it, I was like, Mao. I know it's Mao. So for me, it's a yes. They match. And I really need to get to pay more attention to Guy Sebastian's music because I'm not familiar to what he sings. And many times that I have interviewed some Australian singers, at least three have told me that they would like to collaborate with him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's
gotta pay
really
attention.
different. Yes.
It's like a
Uh,
reference. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just gotta say something, friend. I think with Dave Archuleta would make sense musically too, because I think the debut of both are very similar. Like it's the same type of music. So maybe if this game were like a matching albums, I would match the Jordan and David Archuleta first albums too.
Actually, I'm so agree with that, friend. I so agree with that because actually there is a live performance when Jordan and David are singing "No Air." But at the same time, I feel very connected. Catherine McPhee and David Archuleta in the debut.
Mhm.
I think they match too.
Oh yeah,
So
but
it's crazy because a lot of couples in my head and in
yeah.
yours too. Yeah.
But you think about Catherine McPhee because of what we mentioned is that type of music that American Idol embraced.
Yes,
It's very
totally,
similar. It's
totally. It's
very
very similar. Like this
Yeah.
kind of ballad that is pop slash R&B, like Crush,
yes.
Yeah.
like
It's
One Step at a Time, like
Oh,
Over
mm,
It. Yes,
overrated.
mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
Yeah.
totally agree, friend.
Catherine McPhee's debut album is that formula
Yeah,
for
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
So much. Yeah.
for sure. Okay, let's move on with Lucky Lulu.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start with a song, two artists actually that I'm all the time. I was thinking about my choices, and I could think about two, and I was forgetting about one all the time. So I'm gonna start with this one before I forget, and it's Ryan Cabrera and Kate. I discovered today that it's Kate Vogel. I'm a fan
Okay.
Oh,
of this woman since 2006, and I've been saying Vogel all this time. And I discovered today
That
because
happens.
I watched a video of a live performance, and the host said Kate Vogel. I was like, he's wrong, but I make my research, and he was right. I was wrong, but
oh,
it's okay. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. There is something I want to mention. When I started being a fan of Aliyah, I used to say Alaya at
Alaya.
first.
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, but
Yeah.
I was watching a lot of interviews and I discovered it was Aliyah. Actually, in
Yeah.
the interviews, she explains that it's Aliyah, it's not Alaya. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah,
But
and I agree with Lucas. I was calling her Voegel. So
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
move
okay.
on.
We are learning. We are learning here.
Yeah, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, for those who are not familiar, Kate Vogel now is a pop rock singer. She's very inspired by Michelle Branch, which is something that I love. And she was part of One Tree Hill for a while, a TV show that was very popular in the 2000s. And that's how she had a little bit of her moment in
Mhm,
music. And Ryan Cabrera was like the male version of all the pop rock girls that I love.
mhm.
So I was listening to the song Say You're Mine by Kate. That is a song that I really like. And I was trying to fit another song in my mind, and it came Shine On by Ryan Cabrera. I think there's some similar things. It's a dramatic song, but at the same time, it's happy. It's like sunny. It's like you could be on the beach, California. I don't know, listening to that song, and I think it makes sense. To be honest, really honest, I think any girl that I love would make sense with Ryan Cabrera.
Wait,
But
Brian.
I decided to talk about Kate because I really like her, and I don't think I ever mentioned her that much in the show, so it was a chance. So I want to start with Marielle. What are your thoughts about this
Okay.
couple?
First of
Yeah,
all of our choices have a lot to do with our taste. So all
Yeah.
of Lucas's choices are pop rock. All of Mouse are R&Bs, and mine are quite pop. What a shocker!
Yeah.
It's groundbreaking here. Um, okay, I love these two. I love that you chose them to be together. I actually thought in the beginning that you were gonna choose Michelle Branch for
yeah.
some of
Yeah.
these matches, but
But
when
it
you
would be too
chose,
obvious. Yes.
yeah, but when you chose Kate, I found it very interesting, and I was like, okay, yeah, they sound very similar. Um, I like Kate Vogel. Is that the name? Yeah, I like
Vogel.
her. Vogel.
Vogel.
Her album Hot. No, Mess. Something about a mess.
Uh-huh.
Uh, the second one.
Yeah. I don't remember now the name.
Yeah, the one.
Gravity messing? No.
No.
This is the
Some
other one.
something about a mess, and
Yes.
with the
Let me
song
see.
99 times. That's my favorite by her. Um,
99 times.
so for me, it's a great combination because they are both pop rock.
A
They
fine
do have
mess.
a fine mess. I told you it was about a mess. Uh,
Yes.
I think it's a great combination because both are pop rock oriented. They both have good vocals, not only like "Wah," like screaming. They do have
Yeah.
vocals. So I think the combination is good. It would have been great to see something by the two of them together.
Yeah.
So if you need to ask me who else would I see Kate with, mm, I don't know. It's difficult. For
I
this
think
pop,
it's easier. It's easier with Ryan because there are a lot
Yeah.
of options.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
actually, there was a singer that came from One Tree Hill too. That was Tyler Hilton. I
Tyler
think they
Hilton, yeah.
sing together, so for me would be very
Okay.
obvious too. I try to change a little, but would be a great choice too.
I would also see her working with groups, probably like Jimmy Eats World,
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
it's very
or
One Tree Hill. Yes, too.
yeah, or the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah,
Mm.
all those artists we are mentioned were part of One Tree Hill at some point.
I
Yes.
know
Yeah,
it makes sense. So
yeah.
it's a yay for me. They match.
Yay, great. What about you, Mo?
Yes, friend. I was actually discovering like a new word, not a new word, but something that I don't know so much, that is pop rock and this kind of singers. I remember that when I was a teenager, I was very curious about Ryan Cabrera, and I never explore much, like
Yeah.
I maybe I listened in that moment to one song, and that was all. And now that I'm a friend with you, I have this opportunity to explore more
Yeah.
into his career, and taking in count like the comparison between him and Kate. I think it's completely accurate because they are similar. Even the songs that you share with us are like very similar in the composition, you know
Hmm. Yeah.
so yes, I perceived the similarities, and I was thinking like, oh, okay, I understand why Lucas selected these songs, because are like even in the same key. I don't know how to explain, because I'm
The
not a
same
music.
atmosphere. Yes.
Yes, like it's the same atmosphere. So I was like, oh, okay, I understand. So I agree with the couple. But actually, even I wanted to ask this question for you guys. Actually, Cinso was dated with Ryan Cabrera, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yes,
dated Ashley. And
because I
one
was
of the Veronica's girls too.
okay, because I was
Makes
thinking
sense.
about this couple. For me, Ryan Cabrera always was connected with Ashley Simpson, because they were a couple, and
Yeah.
the pop rock vibe and everything. So if I want to choose another option with Ryan, like a perfect match, it would be Ashley. But Kate
Vogel.
Bogle, it's perfect, and I even like more this
Yeah.
selection.
Thank you. And to be honest, I never believed in the relationship between Ryan and Ashley. I think it was all marketing because
Okay.
he was managed by her father,
Okay.
Mm,
and he launched both careers at the same time. So in the reality show they did with Ashley was like the perfect thing to promote Ryan
yeah.
as the boyfriend and release music at the same time.
Okay. So
So
it
to be
was
honest,
marketing.
I don't
Make them
think
look
that was
like a
better.
perfect match.
Exactly.
Yes.
Even in his first
But
music video, On the Way Down, Ashley is the girl in the music video. So
okay. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
don't buy it. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair.
Moving on. Okay, now it's
Your
my
first
choice.
selection, mi Mariel. Yeah.
Yeah, this one I really liked, and it's very curious how I got it into mind because when my daughter left this morning for school, it was really early, so I got back to bed and fell asleep for like half hour. And in my dreams, I was thinking like Mandy Moore and Jason Mraz. But then I thought, what song? Because they both have huge discographies. So I thought about Mandy's album Wild Hope, which is pretty similar to Jason Mraz's late work, not the pop rock work he did in the beginning,
Hmm.
more like after he
Yes.
released We Sing, We Dance, We Still
Yeah.
Things. Um, I thought about his album Love, which is his fourth album, and Mandy's Wild Hope. And I thought, what song could also be sung by Jason? And I thought about Nothing That You Are, which is my favorite Mandy Moore song. Um, and I thought it sounded cool, like imagining those two singing that song because it's really, guitars
Yeah.
and vocals, and it's really folky, acoustic, um, adult contemporary. So I thought it would be a great match. And since Jason has already sung with Sarah Bareilles, I thought who sounds kind of similar, then it's Mandy Moore. So I thought they would make a great match together. And I want to know what you guys think, starting with Mousy Moo.
Thank you, mi Mariel. Well, I have to say in this selection that I connect these two artists in this part of their careers, like
Mhm.
because Jason never did bubblegum pop or this kind of stuff that Mandy did in the beginning of the 2000s. So
Mhm.
if I can connect them in a way, I agree with you, like with this album and with this song, because it's very Jason Mraz, like this song. But at the same time, they are not very related in other eras, like their styles are very different. So I agree in this moment of their careers,
Mhm.
like I can connect and I can understand the connection that you made when you were
Mhm.
sleeping. Yeah, I can understand because it makes sense for me. So yes.
Oh, great, great. I'm very curious about Lucky Lulu.
What? And
uh,
sorry, friend. And for me, it's inevitable to think that the perfect couple for Jason Mraz is Colby Kylat.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I had to say it. So yeah, Colby Kylat is for me like the female version of Jason Mraz.
Yeah, agree.
But a good selection. Yeah. What do you think, friend?
That would be my answer, actually. I think in this song, after Mariel make this suggestion, actually, I think when we talk about Mandy, Mariel said that too, that is kind of similar for her and it's her favorite song. So I start to be actually curious. I would love to listen a version of both singing this song. I think would be really good, and the song would be even better because it's a great song for sure. So I totally agree. I think I like Mao. I agree more that is a match in the song, not so
Mhm.
much in the career or in the whole artistic thing because it's Kobe Kylat for sure the perfect
Mhm.
match for him. And I think that the other girl that you like so much that is kind of is not a girl, is a band that you like that is kind of reggae, Marielle.
Kyrie.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
that album that you suggested that I love it.
Oh yeah.
I, I think I would love to listen something of that group with Jason would be really beautiful too.
I would love
But
that too.
yeah, but
Mhm.
makes sense, of course. I would choose that as a match, a musical match.
Maybe Mandy Moore's latest albums, her latest two albums, match more with Jason's music.
Yes,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
agree.
yeah. In
Yeah,
real
yeah,
life,
totally agree.
yes.
Yeah,
because she's growing more like I want to be more adult contemporary and stuff. And
Yeah, yeah,
and Jason works that way. So
yeah,
yeah.
but
It's
while
a type
Hope,
of music that is very
Mhm.
classy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
yeah. hmm
yeah, it's beautiful.
But while Hope has a lot of that influence,
yeah.
Yes.
So
That
for me,
was actually the start of that is styling Mandy, I
hmm
think.
Yeah.
hmm yeah, okay. So it's a yay, yay.
It's a
Okay,
J.
Mhm. Okay. Move on with Mao. Your next choice.
Okay, okay, friends. My next choice, I was thinking because I always connected this guy that I really like, and I was a fan of him since the time that I was listening. 7 days is Craig David, and I was thinking of an American girl or something like that, like a gringo girl, like R&B gringo girl, like maybe Maya, maybe Brandy, maybe this kind
Mhm.
of girls. But I was thinking and thinking, and I realized that okay, it has to be a UK girl. And I remember Miss Shola Ama, that is a singer that I really like. And they were like the perfect match because they started with this UK garage style, and they are very similar. Actually, I was searching so much in a song by them because I can't believe that they don't have a song together because they were very similar and started their careers like almost at the same time. And
Mhm.
there is a song by Shola that is called Imagine. And I think there is a remix with Craig David, but I don't know if it's official, so I didn't
Mhm.
include it in the selection that I share with you. but I think they are the perfect match because they're styling the music, because they were pioneers like in this kind of UK garage
Mhm.
slash R&B that was very influential in UK back in the day. You know, like competing with the R&B uh, from US. You know, so
Mhm.
I want to know your opinions. And I'm so happy to mention Sholama. It's the first time that we are mentioning her here because she's great. What do you think, mi Mariel?
Okay, thank you, Mao. I agree. I agree. Mimao Shola is very underrated. A lot of
Yeah,
people, you guys should actually pay attention to her music. Her debut
yeah,
album is amazing. This song, "You Might Need Somebody To," I love that song.
love
So
it.
yeah, and I can definitely relate her to Craig David, whose debut album for me is like a masterpiece. So when you suggested "Walking Away" and what is the name of her song?
I still believe.
I still do it.
I still believe
I love that. I
in
love.
love.
I love the choruses. I love the harmonies. And I thought, yeah, they would definitely make a great match because they're both in the same lane of R&B, garage, vocal, because they're both vocally powerful.
Yeah,
So I think it's a great match. I don't know why they never thought about doing something together because they do have a lot of similarities.
yeah.
Just like Jason with Colby, in this
We
case,
Colby, yeah.
it would be like Craig and Shola. So
Yeah.
yeah, I loved it. I liked. I didn't. I have never heard of that song by Shola before, and I loved it when I played it today. So yeah, it's a great
Oh,
choice.
you never heard of this song before, mi Mariel?
I don't remember if I have, but
Oh, it's very good.
because I
Yes,
love her first album so much,
yes.
so I'm more
This is
familiar
from the
with
second
hers.
album. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a great choice, Mao. Here, Joaquin, hi Joaquin. He's saying for me, Craig David with Jamelia. Well, it makes sense too because they're both R&B. So yeah.
Yes, actually, that was one of my choices, actually, of my options. But I consider Jamelia a little, and maybe Joaquin can give us more information about it, but I can perceive Jamelia a little one-hit wonder with Superstar. But maybe in Europe it was a different situation. Actually,
No.
now that Joaquin is watching us, I want you put in the comments, Joaquin, what if you ever heard about Shola Ama in the past, and maybe in Europe she was a little famous before in that moment. What do you think, my friend Luki?
Actually, I discovered this girl not so like a while ago, just because
Okay.
a friend of mine here from Brazil, also called Mauricio, was talking about her with me like it was someone that I should know. You know, he was talking like very normally, like, oh, you know, Shala and everything. I was like, no.
Who?
And he was like, what? And so I think I heard some songs. I never really listened to anything by her. I gotta check my last FM, to be honest, but I don't have this like super fresh in my mind.
Mhm.
So this song that you sent was probably the first time that I heard today, and I listened to the Craig Dave song before. That is a song that I already knew, and probably my favorite by him. I really like this song. I like the music video too. It's always on that weird MTV that we have now, the MTV 2000s,
Yeah.
and yeah, and I think it's very similar actually. The like we mentioned by Kate and Raya, not the song is not very similar, but the atmosphere is kind of similar.
It's similar.
Like I could see her walking on the town singing that song like Craig is doing in that video, you know.
Yeah.
So makes sense to me. I have some phases with Craig. Sometimes I like, sometimes I don't. I don't know what happens. Sometimes I listen to a song that I never like it, and suddenly I'm like, whoa, but this is good. Why I'm not listening? So it's weird, my relationship
with
with
him.
Craig. He's not my perfect match for sure, but I gotta listen both more. But totally makes sense, friend. Totally makes sense.
Okay,
I think Jamilia
it's
is
a
a
good
little bit,
choice too.
yeah, but it's
But
a little bit more pop for me. I think she did
Yeah,
some
she.
pop stuff. Yes.
okay, okay,
Joaquin here is saying Shola Ama, yes, was successful on the German radios. You might need
okay.
somebody with a remix by Cutfather and Joe. For
Great.
me, she is a one-hit wonder. Jamilia had more
Oh,
singles with success in Europe. Oh,
Yes.
no, interesting.
okay. Very interesting to know. Actually, a quick comment that I want to mention. I remember one day I was with my friend Lucas in Sao Paulo, and he told me something like, "Oh, I'm going to take you to this place, but it's really dangerous." So please be careful with your cell phone and everything. Actually, maybe we have to bring like a false cell phone to fool
Yeah, it
the
was my
thieves.
idea. Yeah.
It was very funny. And I remember this place that we visited. In one store, they have this Sholam album that I really love that is called In Return, but it was
Yeah.
so expensive. Do you remember, friend? So
I
I was like, oh,
remember.
I want this album so much, but it's so expensive. So I
It's
want
a
to
store
mention that.
that only R&B, the whole store.
Yes, yes, but
Oh,
very high prices. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's an amazing
Yeah.
place in São Paulo, but to be honest, it's kind of dangerous. Like,
Luquitas is
It's
putting Mao at risk. It's
yeah,
risking his
yeah.
life.
people try to put me down, like trying to, I don't know how to say in English. They try to
Say it
put
in
me down.
Portuguese.
Yeah, twice in that place, out of nowhere, like make me
Oh,
fall,
okay.
on purpose. And I was like,
Okay,
wow.
okay, okay. What is happening? Okay, okay.
Yeah,
That
but
day nothing happened. Thank
no,
God.
that day
But
was very, actually, the vibe was very good in the place because it's a very cultural place for
yes.
the black community. So I feel
Oh,
bad to say that it's dangerous, but it's not because of that, because that part is very beautiful. They have like
Yeah.
salons for the
It's
hair.
downtown.
Yes, it's really cool.
oh.
But unfortunately, I had some moments there too.
But
Well,
yes, actually, there was a moment also with Mariel in Mexico City that we visited a place that it was in Mexico City downtown. And you remember, Mariel, and this place is not good, but it's like downtown. And the place is very common in the cities like Bogota or Sao Paulo, Mexico City, that when you find amazing, rare things, it's in these kind of places. Do you remember, Mariel, that this place it was like similar, like a lot of commercial and maybe not dangerous,
no,
but
it's not dangerous.
not
But
it's not dangerous, but it's very commercial. It's a lot
yeah,
of noise. It's this kind of place. The
Yeah.
Sao Paulo place is
Oh,
yeah.
very
okay,
similar.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
The
this is downtown Mexico City. What
yeah,
yeah.
you're saying?
the
Yeah.
places
Mhm.
with more dust and dirty are the places with more rare things always.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the truth. Yeah.
yeah. Joaquin
Okay.
has a good thing for Mao
Oh
here.
yeah. He says, Mao, in Chile, I can find Shola Ama cities and singles for you.
Oh, thank you, Frank. Thank you, Joaquin. Thank you, Joaquin.
It's your
Amazing,
moment.
amazing. Yes, it's my moment. Yes, if it's not so expensive, I would love to have them because I know in Chile it's very expensive the city. So thank you, Joaquin.
That's why we are family. We get stuff for each other. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am finding stuff for Norman, our friend from Belize. I am looking for his tattoo albums, uh,
Okay.
so I can take them to him on February. So
yeah,
that's how it works in here.
yeah. We help each other.
Yeah. Who's next? Luquitas.
Already, it's me already.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
darling. Your second
Okay,
choice.
second one. I'm gonna talk about one of my favorite boy bands ever. That is BB Mac, and a girl group that I like so much that is called Bellfire. Um, this group started as a four-piece girls, but I think very quickly they turned it into a trio like
Mm-hmm.
BB Mac. That's why I connect them. I think that the type of music is kind of similar. There's a lot of acoustic guitars, but with a pop melody, and uh, I like the way they harmonize both groups. Uh, for some reason, the girls on the videos I think is kind of cringe sometimes. The f- the faces they do is very, you know, very. There's a camera here. No, I don't know. You guys gotta watch and tell me
I
later.
don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do love the songs. Actually, I really want the albums by then. I think they were only released on Japan, if I'm not wrong.
In
um
Ireland and Japan. I think they're
yeah,
Irish. They are Irish,
I
right?
think so, yes.
Hmm.
And I chose the songs I Can Tell by BB Mac, that was not a single but is a song that I really like. I'm pretty sure you guys thought that when you guys listen, like it's pretty much what I like. And the song I chose by the girls was Say Something Anyway.
There's something
Say
That,
anyway.
something anyway.
yeah,
Hmm.
it was a single, has a music video and everything. I'm not sure if Mal was familiar with those girls, so I'm gonna start with him on this one.
No, it was a complete surprise. And actually, I was expecting these kind of groups that Mariel likes so much, like
Mhm.
bubblegum girls.
Yes.
So my ears were prepared to to listen to something like that. But
Yeah.
when I started listening to this group, I was like, oh, it's different, and I can understand the comparison. You know, like the match with
Hmm.
BB Mac because BB Mac are not bubblegum or this kind of pop at all. They are more like your vibe, looking
Yeah.
like acoustic and guitars and even pop
Hmm.
rock. So yes, for me, it was a yes, was a perfect combination, and it was very interesting to listen to these girls for the very first time because I didn't know anything about them. So yes, totally accurate for me.
Yay, thank you. Listen more by them. They have
Hmm.
Yeah,
good
for sure.
songs.
Actually, they were like this CCM band. That like they are sisters. They remind me so
Yeah.
much of them. What is the name, Adrian? You are there. They have a they have a song with Rebecca St. James. The Barlow Girls. The Barlow
Barlow
Girls.
Harlow
Girls.
girls.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
they were
right.
similar. They were similar to me. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they are all sisters. I'm pretty sure the first that left the group was not, because she was very different. But I know there are
Hmm.
sisters in this group. Yes.
Hmm.
In Bell
Bellfire. I don't know if
and
two of
Bellfire.
them
Oh,
or
okay, okay,
three.
okay.
Two of them are
Oh, okay,
sisters.
okay.
Two of
Hmm.
them, I'm
Oh,
sure. Yes.
Yeah.
very interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
If
about you,
you,
Maria?
if I think their albums are not on Spotify.
I
Like
think
in,
one is at least here in
It's
Brazil.
available.
One is, yes.
but their first album, I like Spin the Wheel. That's the album. It's more poppy for me, but I
Yes.
like it. But now that you chose this combination, I was like, why are you guys so into that kind of music? Like me with pop with bubblegum, we have to show our thing in this podcast,
Yeah.
which is something that I love. So it was a great combination. I do think that they are a perfect match because of their style, their vocals, their kind of music. You know, if they start with guitars and stuff like that, and I'm
Yes.
like, yeah, definitely. It's not so similar to me as Barlow Girl. For me, Barlow Girl is a little bit more rocky,
Mm-hmm.
um like more screaming and guitars and stuff.
It is. Yes.
But to think of another girl group like Bellfire, I think it would be Hepburn
Yeah.
or the Thunderbox.
Thunderbirds concert is.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
so
speaking Portuguese out of nowhere. Yes, I agree.
probably those two are like the similar ones. If you have to give me a choice, like who else would you see BB Max singing with, I would say Hepburn or the Thunderbox.
Yeah, you
Thunderbox.
are. I totally
Yeah.
agree. Totally
But I
agree.
did like this combination, and I do love Bellfire, and I wish that their whole music would be available worldwide soon because they are
Yeah,
very good.
here in Brazil, Spin the Wheel is available. The album went perfectly single, but I think it's very recent. I don't know if
Um,
they just uploaded. Oh, look who's here with us.
Oh,
Who
yes,
is
Yes, I was watching that. Who is here? Miss
Hello,
Karin
Karim.
Garcia.
She,
Hello, it's a pleasure to have you here.
yeah,
Wow.
welcome back.
hi,
She was
Kareem.
Welcome
listening
back.
to Rachel Lampa this week. She told me
Oh,
she listened to
really?
Oh,
all of it.
Did you like
Yes.
it?
Yeah, she did. Is
Okay.
her vibe for sure, Rachel Lampa.
Okay.
definitely.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, I have,
Imagine.
yes. I'm
Go ahead,
sorry,
Maria.
Mao. No, I'm
No,
sorry,
no,
Mao.
no.
Finish.
Imagine a collaboration between Karin and Rachel Lampa. It would be amazing.
That would be
Yeah.
cool. That would be so
Yeah,
cool.
amazing, beautiful voices.
Another perfect match.
Another
Yes.
perfect match. Yeah.
I was going to say, Lucas, I am wrong. The album I like by Bellfire that is not available is After the Rain, when they were four. Spin
Yes.
the Wheel is the one that is available. Yeah, it's
It's the
After the
second
Rain,
one. Yes.
the one I like. Yes, I wanted to make clear that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh, it's my
Your
turn.
turn. Yeah.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Okay. This one is a very interesting one. Um, because I thought it was like a little crazy. I don't know what you guys will think about it, but I chose Australian singer Gabriella Chilme with Seal. I know it's kind of crazy, but I don't know why I related them because they have powerful voices. Gabriella has this kind of Amy Winehouse voice and very jazzy, and Seal has this soul R&B vibe, and I thought they would mix great together. And I chose the song by Gabriella called Sit in the Blues from her debut album Lessons to Be Learned. That song, I don't know why, it always gives me the chills. I have listened to it for years, and every time I listen to it, I feel like, goosebumps. So for me, I think they would sound good together because of their voices, more like their styles. So I want to know. I'm very curious to know what you guys think, starting with Luquitas.
Well, I think this is uh, not a perfect match, but a different thing that would make sense, you know? Not a bad thing. Like, I don't think they are match, or I don't see so many similar things, but it would be something out of the box that would be great to listen, because they are both amazing vocally. And Seal is like an icon. I never really pay attention on his music, but lately I've been listening to some things he did in the early 2000s. That was a
Mm-hmm.
moment that apparently everyone was kind of more
Yeah.
pop.
Mm-hmm.
I think actually that happened in the end of the 90s after Cher was number one with Believe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All the older artists try to make something more pop, which I love. So I was listening to what he did between 2003 2004, and I really like it. So for me, not a perfect match, but a great idea, let's say that. For me, it's impossible not to connect Gabriella to Amy Winehouse because
Mm-hmm.
sounds too similar. So for me, the perfect match would be with Amy Winehouse. Maybe would be hard to understand who is singing. Like who's singing now? I don't know. Maybe too similar. But I think you may create like a genius idea, Maria. Congratulations.
Thank you. I thought it was interesting, and
It
I want to
is.
know about Mao because I know Mao likes Seal, and I introduced him to Gabriella, so I'm very curious to know what he thinks.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, I was a little confused because when you selected the song, I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe Gabriela has a duet with Seal." I don't know why I was thinking about it, and then I realized that okay, this is like the Mariel's idea, and now I understand. And I totally agree with Lucas. So I would love to hear a duet between Gabriela and Seal because I can see the space that they can share, like in this soul style, because Gabriela is soul but it's not R&B, and Seal is soul and R&B but it's not the type of music that Gabriela did, and Gabriela is. So
Mhm.
I really like the idea. I really like the idea. This is
the kind of duets that you think and you say like, oh my god, they will be perfect, even when they are not similar. So I agree, they are they are maybe not the perfect match for me, like not like Tinder, not the perfect match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to listen something like that. For me, maybe Seal would be perfect with someone like Desiree or something like that. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I was thinking about a couple for Gabriela, and maybe I was thinking about James Arthur or someone like that. I don't know if you agree, because like I
Yes.
was thinking so so hard, but I don't have someone in mind because when this kind of movement was popular back in the day when Amy Winehouse and Duffy and Gabriela,
Mm-hmm.
it was like a ladies movement. I can remember a guy doing the same thing. Maybe there
Yeah.
are guys like doing the same, but I remember when James Arthur was part of X Factor, I think, and
Hmm.
I perceived this kind of soul voice that he has.
Yeah.
So yes, but I really like the idea that you had, me Mariel.
Yeah. I think
Yes,
in
Okay.
that moment for the guys was like James Blunt,
James
James
Blunt.
yes,
Morrison.
yes, Jens
There
Morrison.
was
Yeah,
another
yeah.
one, Daniel Merriweather, that was kind of
Yes,
similar.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Meritower.
Merriweather. I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember the last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we have comments by Corinne. She says that she really loved Rachel Lampa. I listened to Patti Cantu, then I followed her, and she followed me back on Instagram.
Twins.
Yeah, that's great because you two
Wow.
are. She knew you guys look alike. She must have
Yeah.
seen you, and she's like, she's my Brazilian twin.
Yeah.
So, um, Adrian says Patti Cantu sings "Déjame ir." I think so, Adrian. And Corinne says, "Have you ever talked about Catherine McPhee? I forgot to talk about her that day. I was in love with Over It." You arrived a little late today, Corinne, because we were talking
Yeah.
about Catherine at the beginning
Yeah.
of this video.
About this song, actually.
Yeah. Joaquin says that Seal featuring Joss Stone, maybe.
I
I
would
like
love
it
to. Yes, I like
because
that couple. Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
Joss is also very jazzy and soulful, so I
Yes.
like
Yeah.
it. And hello to Norman. Hi, my friend.
There
Hello,
Uh,
is
Norman.
hello Norman, how are you? Actually, Norman likes one of my stories in the weekend. So thank you, Norman. You are the best. Thank you.
yes.
There is a singer, that is a soul singer, that is called Bilal, and is very similar to Joseph Stone. So I
Um,
suggest you listen. Bilal. I don't know if
Bilal.
you
Yeah.
Bilal. You remember that guy? It's very similar to Joseph Stone. It's like the
I'm
the, the
trying not to
male
be a kid
version.
here, but okay.
Okay. Move on with Mouse. Final choice, please.
Okay, friends. My final selection for this episode, I was thinking again about like I don't want to be very obvious on not trying not to mention a lot of singers that we mention a lot. So this time is for Jay Sean, that is an UK artist that I really like. Uh, his heritage is from India, I think, and the match for him for me is Jessica Mauboy. They have actually a song together that is called "What Happened to Us,"
Mhm.
and actually that was like the reason I selected this couple. But I can say that their styles are similar. They are pop R&B. That was the reason I think they do it back in the day. I think Jessica is from Australia,
It
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
but she has like these ancestors that were like in the indigenous, in the
Indigenous.
Indians, in the okay,
Indigenous. Mhm.
Indians, and with Sean, he's from UK, but his heritage is from like India and this kind of legacy that he has. So I
Mhm.
think because of that, because you can see the color of their skin are very similar. They are like I don't know how to say it, not brown because brown is like Latinos,
but
Yeah.
the color is really beautiful,
Mhm.
like
Like golden.
very, I don't know. Yes, yes, mi Mariel. Yes. So,
Mhm.
so yes, I can perceive that the heritage, it's very interesting in the two of these people. So I love their music so much. And I remember when I discovered Jessica Mauboy and Jason was like at the first time, at the same time, and I was so like obsessed with Jason album that is called All or Nothing, and Jessica's the song that the album that the sun is on it. So yes, this is like the perfect match for me. I want to know what you think, guys. Starting with my friend Luquitas.
Yeah. Well, now that you mention, I'm thinking that Guy Sebastian and Jessica are
Yeah,
another perfect match. Is
another,
like
yeah,
is like pretty much the same thing with a different gender.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I really like this song that you choose. It's one of my favorites by Jessica. I think it's very dramatic. Actually, the music video makes me sad watching.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think totally makes sense. Makes so much sense that they have this duet between them. And again, I think he's part of that moment in music with this type of music, duets between a boy and a girl, kind of R&B, kind of idol universe. Yeah. So I rediscovered the song recently because I was watching some music videos from Australia one of those days, and this was one of them. So it was fresh in my mind, and I totally agree. Yeah, Jay Sean and Jessica, perfect match. But
Yeah.
Jay Sean would lose to Guy Sebastian.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
me,
Agree.
but
Agree.
maybe a brother for Jessica Mauboy. I don't know.
What do you think, mi Mariel?
Okay, now once again, the same thing happened as with Guy Sebastian. I don't know much of Jay Sean's music, so
Okay.
for me it was like new. So, but I like, you know, that combination because Jessica has a beautiful voice. So, in a very powerful presence and style. I don't know. I
Mhm.
think I think I could find a relationship there, like you just mentioned. But I need to check out more of his music once again
Okay.
because I'm not familiar. So for me, it's like okay, they sound good. Okay, so but in this case, I need to give him another try with
Yes.
with his music to see what else is there because I'm not familiar, so I cannot give
Okay.
you
Okay.
like
Okay.
I
Okay.
loved it or I hated it. So for me, it's like neutral.
Okay.
It's okay.
Maybe you have another option for Jessica Mauboy, mi Mariel.
um, for that kind of voice she has, and maybe I don't know. I'm so bad with boys, with male
I know
singers,
that. Yeah. Yeah.
with
Yeah.
male
Yeah.
singers, but I don't know. I have to check out. I have to think
Okay. Okay.
because right now I don't have like someone in my mind,
Yeah, I think
but
Neo or Mario.
Neo could be.
Okay. Okay. Even David Archuleta again.
You
Yeah,
are
but I,
obsessed
I
with Chuleta guy.
yeah, but I think David with Jessica would look like a kid, you know,
Okay.
because she's so much of a woman. I don't know. I think
Okay. 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 Okay.
as a
Okay.
romantic duet would be like weird. I
Okay.
don't know.
Weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree. Yeah. You're right.
Okay, next and final choice by Lucky Lulu.
To me again.
Yeah.
Well, again, Jason Mraz is here. We are giving so many options to this guy today. Um, well, he was not supposed to be my official choice. I was about to choose a K-pop thing that would be Shiny and FX, but I decided to change for another time that we can talk more because actually, uh, no, I'm not gonna say that. But move on. Jason Mraz, and it's because K-pop is kind of similar always, So I think it would be an obvious perfect match. So
Hmm.
I decided to change for Lucy Woodward Woodward.
Woodward. Hmm.
Yeah, the girl that wrote our favorite song in this world. There's gotta be more to life. Uh, yeah, she was supposed to have like a huge moment in 2003, 2004. The label was very invested on her. Her debut album is really good, really pop rock, but was not the case. But the songs are amazing. And
Hmm.
Blindsided, I think, was the second single.
Yeah.
Uh, and I still listen to that song a lot. Has the type of energy of Stuck, actually, by Stacey Rico, that is kind of, there's some comedy in the track, you know?
Hmm.
It's like a story, I don't know. Uh, but when I was listening, I was trying to bring up a boy to my mind, and I remembered of Geek in the Pink by Jason Mraz. I think we are bringing Jason Mraz a lot here because, as Marielle mentioned, he had different moments in his career. Like at the beginning, was very more pop rock, like The Remedy, Geek in the
Hmm.
Pink was more dynamic in a way. I don't know. And later he went to that folky kind of surf
Acoustic.
music and everything,
Hmm.
mixed that with a little bit of reggae and everything. So that's why I am repeating, because it's another Jason Mraz in this case. So I was curious to make this match and see what you guys think about it. So I'm gonna start with Marielle with this one.
Okay. Well, I'm a huge Jason Mraz fan, so for me, he's perfect. And yes, his first two albums, Waiting for My Rocket to Come and Mr. A to Z, were more pop rock oriented. So when you mentioned Blindsided and Geek in the Pink, I was thinking about Geek in the Pink's part where the if we never get down, we wouldn't be all let down. So sugar don't forget what I already know. So and I kind of related it to Blindsided. Um, my heart's a boom box. Da-da-da-da-da. It goes boom, boom,
Boom,
boom,
boom,
boom.
boom, boom.
So,
Yeah,
so it was like, yeah, it totally makes sense because they had the same vibe. I would have loved seeing something by them together back in the day because it
yeah,
was the same time when Lucy Woodward released her album While You Can. Jason released Waiting for My Rocket to Come.
yes,
So it would have been very interesting to see them working together because they were very similar. And nowadays they're both in
different.
different styles. I think Lucy Woodward is more into jazz.
Yes,
Yeah,
totally.
and
Yes,
Jason's more into adult contemporary. So, but back in the day, it would have been a great, great choice, and
yeah.
a hit to sing them together.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, was a good exercise to my brain to try to connect something, because
Hmm.
it was like, I don't know, like this. So it was good. What do you think, Mal? Have
For
you ever heard this song by Lucy?
yeah, because I remember back in the day when I knew that Lucy was like had her own music, like work, like I discovered like her music back in the day when I was, of course, obsessed with More to Life. But it was a complete surprise for me because I didn't know very well this phase of Jason Mraz, because
Mhm.
maybe I know the Lucy Woodward work more, but it was a complete surprise. I was like, oh, I was expecting like this kind of very soft sound by him, and
Mhm.
suddenly I discovered that the song was very similar in comparison to the work that I know by him. So it was a surprise. So yes, I was listening to the song and like in this order that I was listening to Lucy's songs, and then the Jason song started, and I was like, oh my god, it's the same song, like, oh, what
Could be in the
happened? It's
same
like very
album.
similar.
Yes,
Good,
yes.
yes. So, and I was also connected Lucy Woodward with the first album by Maroon 5 also, maybe.
Hmm.
I
Mhm.
can perceive like the similarities there. So yes, but this space in the moment, like this time for them was perfect because they were very similar. Like Jason, in his prime, and Lucy Woodward with this album.
Yeah, I
Totally
think.
agree. Perfect match.
Yeah, great. I
It
think
was great.
Jason was super ahead of his time. I think he went worldwide later with I'm Yours,
With
as we know.
Amores.
But
Mm-hmm.
this moment on the US, he did great on US. But if you listen to Geek in the Pink and like years later to Ed Sheeran's Don't,
Mm.
Yes.
is not that different. And I think he was so
No.
ahead of his time, doing a little bit of rap and so many pop elements at the same time. So I love this beginning of Jason Mraz, and I love this album by Lucy as well. So I'm glad you
Mm-hmm.
guys like it too.
Actually, that comment that you made, look, is like the reality. Like sometimes we see something like we love pop music and this kind of stuff. We see something like, oh my God, this is so fresh, and nothing happened. And actually, 5 years later, someone released the same thing, and it's a huge impact. And
Mm-hmm.
we are like, oh, but we have seen this in the
Yeah,
past,
Before,
you
yeah.
know
Mm-hmm.
before. So it's like the
yeah,
perfect time, the perfect, I don't know, the perfect label, the perfect time, the perfect song.
yeah.
So
And
it's crazy.
sometimes, even for us, it's weird at the moment. I
Yes.
remember, I think I mentioned this here before, but Slow by Kylie, I hated when she released the song.
Mm-hmm. You told us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, it was weird. Like, there's something missing in this track. Like, nothing happens. And now, for me, it's a masterpiece. So, yeah,
There are songs that begin to grow on you in
yeah,
later in your life, so it
Yes.
happens.
exactly.
Yes, totally.
Okay, so moving on to my final choice. This one. It was very fun for me too, because I'm not so good with boys male singers. I only love like Jason Mraz and Luis Miguel, and that's it. But then as I went into my CDs collection, I was like, okay, who else do I have? Oh, Mike Posner. And I love Mike Posner's debut album, 31 minutes to take off. His first one of his first singles was Cooler Than Me, and I always love that song. Like it's very danceable. There are two versions: the light one and the danceable version. But I love it. And if you listen to the song, he's talking about a girl who loves to shine and who's always
Oh.
bragging about being perfect and stuff. And I was thinking, who he said that it was based on a girl he knew back in the day. And then I thought, who would be a perfect match for that song? And I obviously thought about Paris Hilton because she's the kind of girl he's describing. Because
Hmm.
you have your high class and your shoes on your feet, and you wear them around like you think shit. So I think mixing them together would have been very fun because Paris knows she's like the hot one, and everybody would be talking about her. And if she could sing this song about somebody else, if a girl could sing this song about another girl, it would be Paris Hilton. So for me, it was like a fun match because she's also now working with a lot of electro sounds, more
Yes.
than more than at the beginning of her career. Now with her new album, for me it was like, yeah, it could be a fun couple and with a song that perfectly relates to someone like Paris Hilton, that is all about image and looking fab. So I want to know your thoughts, starting with Mao. I'm very curious to know if you knew about Mike Posner and if you ever listened to this song.
Yes, because the song was very, very famous and very popular here.
Oh,
when
I didn't
it
know.
when Yes, when he dropped that song, it was very famous here. Uh, I really enjoy the perspective that you took for this episode, mi Mariel, because the idea in my mind was different. But this is the amazing thing of this podcast, that we have different perspectives. So for you, the perspective was like, okay, I'm thinking about this song and who fits in this song, like in the subject that he's singing about the girl, and the perfect girl is Paris Hilton. So I think it's magnificent because it's a very different perspective. So I think that yes, in that perspective again, I think it works. Like because he's singing about a girl like is Paris Hilton, and Paris Hilton released this album that is also good and is from that time. So yes, I agree with this selection that you made, and the the root. I don't know how to say it, like the origin or your idea to make this
Yeah.
relation. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, okay. Thank you, Mao. Okay, now Lukis.
I think it makes sense because this guy, especially in this video, was like all a party boy, né?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And Paris Hilton in the 2000s was like the it girl. Like,
Of the parties,
The it girl. Yeah.
yes, yes, she was the party.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be great to see a remix maybe with Paris Hilton,
With Paris
and
Hilton. Yeah.
when where she was singing how cooler than him she was,
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
like a response. I don't know, like I don't know if you guys remember Cobra Starship with Leighton Mister, Good Girls Go
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. I was thinking
Yeah,
about that one. Yes.
yeah, that would be great. Like kind of cat and mouse fight, like
Or do you remember Emon's "fuck you" and then Frankie "fuck you" right back?
Frankie FRB.
That is a
Yes,
like a
Yeah.
response. Yeah. So yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that would be great. But I would love to see in a remix. It actually was a great choice because I was thinking as a perfect match to him, Kesha maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm,
think Paris Hilton makes more sense
no sense.
somehow. Yes.
Great. I'm glad you guys like
Yeah.
this selection because I was like, who could be for Mike Posner? And someone and I thought who's like feels like the best and the most perfect. Paris
Yeah.
Hilton. So it made sense.
The origin of the idea was perfection.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mimao. And hello to your father, Mr. Mauricio. Hello.
Hola.
Oh, hello. Hello, puppy.
Mhm. Okay, so that was all for today. What do you guys think about our selection? Who would be your perfect match? Let us know in the comments below. We would like to know who would you love seeing together and never happened. And do you consider it would have been great? Um, it was a very fun episode. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Luquitas, anything else you want to add?
I want to say thank you, everyone watching. Thank you, Mao, for make my brain work
Mm,
today. Yes, and thank you, Marielle, for being here as always. And that's it. I think I'm just happy to be here today.
great. Mousy?
First of all, thank you guys because you made my day as always. Thank you to the community, the amazing community that you are. You are amazing. You are amazing. And
Yeah.
please leave your comments in the video, not only in the live but also in the video because this help us so much. With your selection of the couples that you think are the perfect match. Thank you, Karin Garcia, for being here. It's an honor to have you here in our show,
Yeah.
and thank you my family because they are always very supportive, and you're gonna find the official playlist that it's already for you on Spotify. So that's all. Thank you.
Yes, thank you everybody for being here. Adrian, Joaquin, Karine, Norman,
Francesca,
and
Norman. Yeah.
Francesca. Everybody, thank you so much for all your support. Uh, please, please don't miss next week's episode because we have an amazing guest.
Very special guest.
The queen of
Yeah.
freestyle, baby. Yes, we are gonna be
Yes.
talking to Sharon Masarin, who is like for me and for many of us is like the queen of freestyle. So please don't miss it. It's gonna be really fun. I already talked to her like a few years ago on my channel, and she was the best. And she's really excited to talk to Mao and Lucas now. So please don't miss it. It's gonna be great. And listen to her new album. It's now available on Spotify.
Yeah.
So give it a try, and we will be seeing you here next week. Love, lots of love, everybody, and thank you for watching.
Bye.